Chrissy, why aren't you acting anymore? Lost the drive? I just don't... I guess I wanted something else to do, really. I mean, I've won that award now, haven't I? I won an award for I won a streamy for best acting. So I feel like I've done acting now. And also, you've actually got to have you've actually got to be put into something. You can't just decide to act. You have to actually get a job. Do you get what I mean? Emma's here! Can't just say to yourself, I'm going to act today! Battlefield 1 in the name of Tsar. That's DLC. I don't know. Would I get that DLC? I don't know. I'll have a Battlefield 1 DLC. It's a tricky game to play on PS4. It's the thing with a lot of these games. I kind of wish the PS4 came with a like a mouse and keyboard add-on. Do you go to auditions? No, sir. Not while I'm in Harrogate. I don't have any agents now, so I don't really get auditions. Which is fine by me, sir. Was that it? Is that we did it? We did it. Okay. What Guardian? Well, we can do one more. There's one here over here that's going to start in 36 seconds. And then how did you get casted for short films? What does that mean? I mean, if you're talking about films I've done on YouTube, I mean, it's usually just people I know just want me to be in it, if you know what I mean. If I already know the people making it, then sometimes you don't have to audition. I don't think I've auditioned. I didn't audition for like the Sammy Paul things because I guess he just knows who I am, doesn't he? I don't think I've ever. I've never auditioned for anything that's on with my YouTube friends. It might happen though, because obviously sometimes they've still got to do auditions. I wish I had your talent for acting. Don't stop acting. Well, that's the thing with talent, is it's technically useless unless you actually have skill as well. Talent is just the ability to do better than average. It's skill that makes you different. That's what I keep trying to tell my little sister, because she's really into drawing at the moment, and but she doesn't actually draw a lot. But my mum says like she's talented, which I agree with. Like she's really good at drawing mermaids and anime shit. But I keep saying to her that like talent doesn't really mean shit. It's skill that improves. Like you need, yeah, exactly. Skill improves with experience. You need that. Like you can be talented and actually be quite shit, if you know what I mean, because being talented but not actually working at it means that there's somebody out there who has more skills. Because let's say you get two kids, one of them is talented at drawing and the other one is skilled at drawing because they draw every day. The talented one might be able to draw better than the average person, but it doesn't mean shit, does it? Do you know what I mean? Doesn't mean shit when you get someone who can actually draw. So that's, all I'm saying is that's the danger of talent. Don't let adults tell you you're talented and then you think, oh, well, I can now rest on my ass and not do shit. Because there's people out there who will do shit and they'll be hired over you. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like, especially with acting and stuff, the truth is it's actually quite a long, hard, arduous job of, you know, professional working and being able to do the same thing sometimes like 30 times and having a lot of energy. So it's kind of like when it comes to acting, you're probably more likely to get hired for your skills rather than your talent, because talent means that you know, you can't work full days, or you don't know how to do you know, everything else. I don't know. I think most of you guys know what I mean. It's easy to explain with drawing, isn't it, really? Because you can be, let's say you're not very talented at drawing, if you still practice drawing every day, you're going to be one hell of a drawer in a couple of years. I always say that talent just means, let's say you get a class full of kids and you tell them, right, everyone draw this bowl of fruit. The talented kid will just be able to draw it the best without any kind of prior whatever. You know, where some people will draw a bowl of fruit and it's like, what the fuck is that? That doesn't even look like a... what the hell? Where the talented person just has it. I think talent just means you have a good eye for stuff. But the skilled kid, who maybe isn't talented, will be able to draw it fully, you know, actually looking 10 times better than the talented person. Can't remember what I was watching. I think it was something on Netflix, some kind of documentary about something, and it was about like how talent really is just having a good eye. Having good senses, having a good, what would you call it, like, instincts. Talent's instinct, but skill is useful. Which is what I always say when people, you know, they say, oh, I don't want to do YouTube, or I can't be a film person, or I can't do this because I'm not talented, or whatever. It's like, don't worry, fucking, if you work at it every day, you'll be hired. Because the professional people don't want talent, they want people who can do their job. Because skill is money. Ooh. Kitty, go do something else today, Kitty. I'm working, very busy. 90% done. Very good, very good. At least do one of these then. Let's go and do this one since it's nearly ready. Chris is so positive. This is a beautiful speech. Well, you're very talented at drawing, aren't you, B-Keen? So it's kind of like I can tell from what you draw that that's come from drawing a lot, not from being just talented. That comes from... Oh, can you jump off here with the thing? That's cool. Oh, yeah, but you die. You can't be that good of an artist without skill. That's taken days and days of practice and learning and stuff. Oh shit. Oh god, why did I die? I'm not very patient with acquiring skills, that's my problem. Well, I think that's what separates most people when it comes to doing skills and stuff, is that a lot of people are expecting to be good at stuff almost instantly, and when they're not, they become annoyed. But that's the truth of this world, is that if you get annoyed because you're not skilled enough yet, that's fine. Maybe you should quit, do something else. But there will be somebody who doesn't quit, and the person who doesn't quit gets further. That's all. It's like the toughest thing about trying to grow a skill is that there's going to be days in which you haven't grown at all, but you've got to get through those days to get to the days that you do grow a bit. So in a way, you want everyone else to be impatient, because the impatient people quit. It's the people that keep going. Because again, it doesn't matter how talented you are, it's the person who's been, let's say they're looking for a graphic designer for a magazine, they're going to take the person who's been doing it for 20 years, even if they're not that good, because that person knows how to do everything. Whereas the talented person can't, you know, is just a dick. They're probably quite lazy. Especially if that talented person has been told that they're talented, that's the worst thing. Then they're assholes. Quitters never win, and winners never quit. Yeah, shit like that. Whatever helps you. a lot of the skills, creative skills, I think, are kind of like, I've always thought of it like a bit of like a Hunger Games. Is it's kind of, if you want to be good in a creative field, like, I don't know, graphic design or something, it's kind of just a world of how far can you go without quitting. Like, how crazy are you? Because you'll get to a point where it's like, oh shit, this isn't making me any money, or like, you know, this industry isn't good. But if you don't quit, then you outbeat everyone else that does quit at that point. It's like when I was in high school, everybody wanted to be an actor, so everybody was in drama. Everybody picked drama as their lesson. But obviously, some people realised how hard it was before they went to uni and picked something else, because they were like, well, now I don't want to be an actor, because I'd rather get a job that pays lots of money now so I can have a house and shit. So they kind of quit. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying is people decide to do something else. And then so I go to university with a smaller group of people who want to act, and then after university a lot of them kind of go, actually I'm gonna do teaching, or I'm gonna do something else, because this is too difficult, or this is just like a saturated, you know, market. How am I going to get a job? Fuck it. So they'll quit. So there's less people who want to be an actor, and then that's when the real competition starts. That's when it's like year after year of not being able to eat because you haven't got any money. Can you still keep going past that? Can you go past you know, not having a house, having to move back in with your parents when you're 30? Can you keep going? Can you keep going? And then, you know, it's like Hugh Jackman said he was about to quit before he did Wolverine, didn't he? And I can imagine because I think he wasn't old, but I think he was pretty, I'm sure it might have been in his 40s or something. And I think he'd said he'd been doing acting and trying to get work for that long. Obviously you're not supposed to like use that kind of story as an example of what could happen, but just the idea that I think you try and get as far as you can without quitting. And of course, if he had quit one day earlier, if he had quit when he was, you know, 40, if he had quit when he was 38 rather than 39, he wouldn't have got Wolverine. So it's kind of like, how long can you go? How long can you let people say you should stop as well? That's another thing. Oh, I can't do this because I'm worried about what people at school will think. I can't do this because I'm worried about what my parents will think. Well then quit. That's fine. You're out. You lose. You're done. How long can you last? And I think that's why our culture's a bit kind of shuts people down very quickly, because our culture is about getting as much money as you can now, being as famous as you can now, having the X factor now. So a lot of people aren't really that bothered about you know, building up. So a lot of people quit pretty quickly. Oh, I didn't get what I wanted in 6 months. Fuck it, I'm out. That's good, that's great. Loosens up the competition there. Because that's what I've always said the X Factor to me feels like, is the X Factor is actually a really fantastic almost sabotage of music. Like, it's actually teaching young kids that unless you can go and win a competition and become a celebrity in, what, 6 weeks? Because that's what X Factor is, isn't it? You go up, you sing, you're a celebrity in the next 6 weeks, even if you're, you know, 19. And I think what that's doing is they're using those examples, and it's making everyone that watches that show think to themselves, right, well, I can't be I'm not going to work at this because, fuck, I'm not a celebrity yet, and I've been doing this for a whole year. So I think in a way that's why they always pick someone who's kind of good at singing, but they know will never get anywhere because they're not that good. And they turn them into a big celebrity and then they disappear because they don't really want them to be celebrities. They're just using it as a way of shutting down all the other people who want to be celebrities, so that Simon Cowell can control all music. He's evil. He's an evil man. Summon the vehicle. Although that is literally just something I've made up. I I can't say I actually believe that, but it would be a fantastic conspiracy theory that actually what Simon Cowell wants is to stop actual people becoming celebrities, and he wants to control them all. But hey, more power to him, you know. That's what he wants to do. Go speak to Crabstickz. I want to speak to Crabstickz then. Where is he? Oh, you have to go here anyway. And being in your 20s is hard because some people have great jobs, married and a house, and then the rest of us are still struggling. But we just see the ones that do well. Well, that's why I've also got my theories on it's what's destroying our generation a bit, is that what they do is they actually, it's not that these 20-year-olds are doing well, it's that the 20-year-olds are they are they are publicized, they are made to be seen by a lot of people because it's more interesting and it's more attractive to 20-year-olds watching television. They are attracting young people to watch TV, to watch YouTube by showing off, you know, 20-year-olds that have lots of money. It's what's it called? I forgot what the word is. It's a type of TV genre that makes you watch because you wish you were them. Attainment. I don't know what it is. But you've got to kind of do the maths that actually sometimes these 20-year-olds that are famous are actually famous because they've been marketed as being famous. It's kind of like someone like Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul can be quite damaging to other YouTubers because they think, well, he's raised the bar of how, you know, how many views you're supposed to have and how many you know, how successful you're supposed to be, when really he's like a rich LA kid, isn't he? He's got like agents and he was already going to be big before whatever because he's got like a famous brother and shit, and I'm sure their dad is like some kind of rich fucking LA producer probably, so everyone just thinks that's normal. You'd be surprised at how many 20-year-old famous people are actually just famous people's kids, and they keep it kind of on the down low because it's kind of ruins their celebrity. Like I have found that when I met a lot of kind of famous young people doing stuff, usually their dad's a fucking producer or a casting agent, so they do get a little bit of a leg up. I wouldn't say it's not cheating or anything, but it is shocking how many rich and famous young kids are actually just, they were going to have it anyway. But it doesn't mean you can't work at stuff yourself. It just means you have to realise that it doesn't come as fast as everyone else. Because that would be crazy. Where's this Crabstickz then? Because it is a natural thing. A lot of people would rather watch someone who is the child of someone famous than a stranger. It's just how it is, isn't it? So. But I wouldn't say that I'm complaining or anything, because it's not quite... It's not really something that's actually... It's not really a hindrance, if you know what I mean, because I mean a lot of these, you know, if you're not talented or skilled, it doesn't really matter who your parents are, but it does matter if you're a nice person. It's shocking that I found that being quite sociable and nice actually gets you excruciatingly further than most people. I've seen people who have been like on sets and stuff have been a bit nasty or have been a bit. Maybe being a bit up themselves, but the thing is, the kind of acting world is controlled by a lot of people. Like there's thousands of people involved in a TV show. So if you're a bit of a shit, you can kind of go disappear in about a month because people talk to each other. And what I found is I think a lot of a lot of people. I suppose it works faster in YouTube because I like working with my YouTube friends and I like doing videos with people. So because of that, I get to be in more stuff because everybody wants to talk to. Everyone talks to each other, so it's kind of like, ooh, I got a trophy. Everybody talks to each other, so you know, if I'm nice, then I'm more likely to be put into something else. So it's a bit odd actually that the most powerful skill you can have if you're trying to be an actor is just be a people person, because it's almost like if you think about it yourself, like it could be months and months of really hard work, long hours work at making a movie. You'd rather work with someone like George Clooney, wouldn't you, than you know, Jake Paul, someone who's really nice and friendly and, you know, charming, or someone who's going to be kind of get on your tits. Not that I actually personally know Jake Paul, he might be really nice, but I'm just talking about their images. You'd want to work with the person that's really charming. So I've often found that when it comes to casting and producers, they usually go with the person they like more rather than the person that's like super whatever. Because I've always thought the weird thing is I always think Tom Cruise, like, he keeps being put in films, and I've heard he's one of the nicest people in Hollywood. But if you think about it, there's always, like, he's constantly in films. There's bound to be someone who's better than Tom Cruise to be an actor in something. Like, he's in that mummy film. There's bound to be somebody who could have been better than him to be in The Mummy. But the problem is he gets cast, but it's probably because he's really nice and people like working with him. Like, who gives a shit if he's, you know... I mean, even the Scientology thing, even if he is a Scientologist, and that's a bit weird. I think when a film takes so long to make, and is so intense, I'd rather work with a nice Scientologist than somebody who was even a little bit arrogant. Right, why is that 10? That's like a really shit helmet. Where have I got a really shit helmet from? Yeah, I'm 260. But you won't believe how far being nice gets you. Of course, you have to actually be nice. That's the... You can't try to be nice, but you know what I mean. I just have a funny feeling the people at the top of Hollywood are actually probably just a bunch of nice people. Grenade launcher. Try the shotgun. A shotgun could be quite good. Oh god. Nessus, Chris. Nessus, please. Why are we going back to Nessus? What's left to do? Complete 5 challenges. Win glory by participating in Crucible matches. Earn clan XP and strikes raids, the Crucible or world activities. Complete the weekly Nightfall strike. Why are we going back to Nessus? What do you want to do in Nessus? This thing? I need to do 2 more public missions. Oh. I thought we'd done the same amount. I did it today. Surely you're right behind me, are you? Well, let's go to this one then. Oh, this one's just started. Lounge. I heard a thing where the mid-level people are actually the biggest arseholes and the people at the top are usually really nice. Well, I can imagine that. I can imagine that people in the middle are probably in an awkward position, aren't they? It's probably stress. I think the thing that I've found is it's stress that makes people into arseholes. It's pressure, stress, and... I think that's why everyone... I think the same thing applies to YouTube. I think the people at the top, the people who are really big on YouTube are quite comfortable and quite nice people and quite whatever, but I think some of the up and comers that come up really fast are a little bit stressed and a bit manic and a bit horrible. I think the best way to get big on YouTube for mental health perspective is to become big. I mean, obviously if you know, if you're good enough, but to become big very, very slowly. I'm talking like over a 10-20 year period. Like, you know, first year you get 100 subscribers, second year you get 200, third year you get 500, fourth year you get 1,000. I'm talking slow. Because the people that have got 20 million in a night because they got their dick out or something, they end up being the worst people. Because the faster you go up, the taller the wall is that you hit. But I mean, I'm only talking about a certain amount of people that I've met now. I think the nicest people on YouTube are usually the people that have been on it from the very beginning. And have been here struggling for years. I think the struggle makes you into a nice person, I think. Eventually. Because that's the other thing I don't really like, the idea, because you know how we were talking about, obviously PewDiePie's getting talked about a lot, and one of the things I was talking a lot about with PewDiePie is this idea that I really don't envy him at all. Like I would never ever want more than 1 million subscribers. I think part of that comes from as well, like, what I don't find appealing at all about having 53 million subscribers is I've noticed that I thought the idea of being, like, well, not famous, but the idea of having lots of viewers and subscribers and money and all this shit was so that you could, like, you know, have a cool life and go on boats and shit and go to cool parties. But it seems to me that the bigger the YouTuber, the more fucking hard they have to work every single fucking day. It's like PewDiePie works every day, doesn't he? He's making stuff all the time. He's streaming hours and hours of footage. He's editing. He's constantly working. And it's like, sure, he might have a lot of money, but I mean, who gives a fuck if you can't, I don't know, relax? So it's almost like the bigger you are on these social media things, the worse your fucking life is. So how is it a desirable thing for kids that are like, oh, I want to be big on YouTube? What, so you can do what? Be big on YouTube? That's the only reward. If you're big on YouTube, the reward is being big on YouTube. And then you've got to what? Sustain that by working constantly for the rest of your life? It's like if PewDiePie takes, like, I don't know, a month off. Ooh, an exotic engram. Ooh. If he takes a month off, he loses, you know, his position and all that shit. Fuck that bollocks. That's not fame. That's fucking, that's work. That's working for a website. That's, you know what I mean? I think it gets to a point, if you get too big on YouTube, you might as well just be called a fucking YouTube employee, because that's all you're doing. Working. He was doing 3 20+ minute videos a day when he started. Yeah, I mean, he definitely loved it, and I'm sure he still loves it. But I think he's someone who is like a, what would you call it? Like what's that word when somebody sticks out because they're different? They called Neo it in the film. What do they call it? It begins with an A, I think. I keep forgetting words recently. Not exception. That's close though. When, like, unique, something to the rule. What's that phrase? He is at a, it's like in an algorithm. Can't remember when it's like Neo sticks out. Eccentric now. Somebody will say, I can't remember, I'm thinking now. He is a... Oh, this is going to annoy me. He is a... But what I'm trying to say is he is someone who you can't really take as an example, because he's somebody who I think enjoys working and doing all that work all day. Like, He's someone who enjoys being on the computer all the time. So I think there'll be people out there saying to themselves, right, I've got to do 3 20-minute videos a day and I can be as big as PewDiePie. But what they're forgetting is that they don't want to do 3 videos a day. I think he genuinely wants to. So it's kind of like, the reason why he's big on YouTube is because he's doing something that was good for YouTube, and he is the one person that likes doing it all the time. Anomaly, thank you, Scott Warner, thank you, Jesus. And he's an anomaly, because he's somebody who genuinely wanted to make 20-minute videos a day. And he might be somebody as well who, like, say, for example, me, I don't see the point of being really famous if you can't go on a holiday. Or if you can't do, I don't know, take a fucking year off and do something else. That to me isn't fame. But he's an anomaly because I think he wouldn't want to take a holiday off, would he? I think he'd want to just work. I think he wants to make 20-minute videos every day. So I think he's just a bit of an anomaly in the sense that, you know. He's big because of what he's doing, not because of any kind of rules. It's like if any of you guys started making 20-minute videos every day for what's it been, 10 years, you'd be pretty big too. But I don't think any of you are mad enough to take it to that such an extreme. Because it's like often I think to myself, no matter what I'm doing. Maybe I'm on the toilet, having a shower, watching some TV. I know that PewDiePie is probably working on a video. Like, that's what he does. So it's people like that that are eventually going to be quite big, isn't it? Because... Same with Zoella and Alfie, isn't it? Like, they're really big, and I think, how do they do it? It's because, well, no matter what they're doing, they're always making a video. Workaholic, yeah, I mean that's quite close to it. I think the danger with YouTube is actually it's a workaholic's fucking nightmare, because you'll actually, because there's jobs out there that having a workaholic's hired is fantastic. It's almost like, I can imagine, you know, so, like Twitch, the people who run Twitch, I'm sure, like, I don't know, making a workaholic a partner is going to be a lot better for them than, you know, somebody who needs a work-life balance. So it's a bit dangerous, isn't it? If you think about it, workaholics are going to be bigger on YouTube than anyone else. And of course, workaholic is the same as alcoholic. It can fucking kill you. It's not just a phrase. Oh, I'm a workaholic. No, you can be diagnosed with that shit. People have died from it. I think it's a lot to do with you get addicted to something like working. I think that's what I mean with PewDiePie. Or I mean, maybe not PewDiePie. I'm talking about like your Jake Pauls and stuff. People who do stuff every day. If they take a day off, they're gonna fucking probably have a heart attack. They'll go into shock or some shit. Or they'll be super stressed. But then how can you think it's a bad thing from your own perspective if you end up being the biggest, most popular YouTuber in the world? So if anyone says, hey, I think you work too hard, you'll be like, fuck you. I work exactly how much I'm supposed to work to be the top. I want to see Zoe and Alfie lose it and punch a fan. Well, I'd love to see them both with a fist from each side to the face. That would be quite extravagant. They have a breakdown at exactly the same time. I don't imagine they will. I think they've got the perfect kind of balance, haven't they? I think what I found with a lot of the English YouTubers is that oh, thanks, Natesh. The English YouTubers seem to not be too bothered about growth, rather than I think they want to sustain things a lot more. I think we've seen a bit of a difference now with KSI. I think KSI is all about the growth. And being somebody who, let's just get more subscribers. It doesn't really matter what we're doing, just let's get more, which is just a different style of YouTubing. But it seems like I've always thought Zoella and Alfie don't really need as much flack as other YouTubers get, because what they do is they kind of just do stuff for their fans, and they keep this kind of, they have this little world going, and they make stuff for their fans, and they're consistent, and you know, It's not everybody's cup of tea, but unlike other YouTubers, Zoella and Alfie aren't force-feeding. They're not trying to grow themselves all the time. They're growing themselves in a natural way, but they're not like, oh, we're bringing out a new music video now, we're bringing out a fucking diss track, we're doing this now, oh, we're doing a prank and it went wrong. They kind of just do videos for their crew and their people and just get on with it. Whereas American YouTube style is pretty much always be growing, like don't stop growing no matter what you do, just fucking grow constantly. Don't stop. Stop and you'll die. And it's like, who cares what subscriber came in today, fuck it, who's the next one? And of course their agents send them crazy as well, whereas I think a lot of the English style is to like kind of be grateful for what you got and shut the fuck up. But that's very English there. That's not, I wouldn't say it's useful either. Like, English people still use clickbait and stuff, but I mean, it's not every day, bro. It's every day, bro. What's every day? That's the question, isn't it, really, when he says it's every day, bro? I mean, that's the American style, isn't it? It's do something every day, to be creative every day. Yeah, but be creative at what? What are you doing every day? Oh, no, it doesn't matter, it's just every day. Well, what is every day? What, making a video? You know, growing a skill? What are you doing every day? No, it's just every day. It's just every day. There's nothing past that. What is every day? What are you doing? What's the end goal? Because that's the style. It's growth. It's every day. And if he does a video every day, I mean, I wouldn't even want to look at his social blade stats or whatever, but I'm sure he's getting like thousands a day. So that's what he means. He means it's growth every single day, and fuck content, doesn't matter. People who subscribe are only going to watch his latest ones anyway. It's like with that new music video brought out, the Everyday Bro thing. It doesn't matter if it's shit. It got him, what, 1 million subscribers, and now what's next? Who cares if it's shit? Nobody watches old YouTube videos, do they? It's what's next. It's every day, bro. It's not yesterday, bro. It's yesterday, bro. That's in some kind of sick multiverse where he meets the other Jake Paul, where it's yesterday, bro. And he's got like a beard. It's tomorrow, bro. It's tomorrow, bro. Nessus is my city. That definitely sounds like a Crabstickz sketch. It's Jake Paul meeting all the other Jake Pauls from the timelines. It's yesterday, bro. It's yesterday, bro. And then a really calm Jake Paul that's like really zen. It's now, brother. It's now. No yesterday, no tomorrow. It's now, brother. Survey mission. It's now, brother.
It's nowhere. Hagen, the world is a lie. Lie. We are actually inside a simulation.
You shut your ass. Oh, missed him. What's your step? Area surveyed. But as a YouTuber myself, but someone who's maybe not, I've definitely been through different stages of it. One of the early stage being obsession with it, pure obsession. I have a very addictive personality, so there was definitely a point on YouTube when I thought to myself, why am I not making as many videos as I used to? It's because I'm not fucking obsessed with it. Like, I was obsessed with it. It was a very addictive thing. It's numbers. I used to be obsessed with Pokemon cards as a kid, and then it became YouTube. Like, it's an obsession. Obsession. So I'm definitely in a period now where I am not obsessed with it, and it is interesting to look back and see, like, kind of how much life I lost in a way. like, of course, I'm very proud of what I've built on YouTube, but at the same time, there was no balance with it. I didn't have a very good social life. I didn't have a job that was very social, so I didn't meet a lot of people. Obviously, you do. I definitely sense my obsession with YouTube may have caused a kind of, I don't know, a vulnerability to mental health problems because of not building up certain social things. It's like, you know, I don't know why I'm saying this, because Twitch is potentially worse, because Twitch is literally every day, bro, isn't it? Because you can be streaming all day. So I'm often extremely what's the word? I'm so curious. I'm fascinated by YouTube and like what it's done. I keep saying to everyone, I'm going to write a book about it, but not like, I want to write a book about it once it's kind of finished, you know what I mean? Or when we've been through even more phases of it, because it's absolutely crazy. I've seen people change. I've seen people, you know, get worse. I've seen people disappear. People becoming depressed. People, you know, rising up and disappearing. It's fascinating. And it's a weird system that if YouTube goes into their computer and changes a little bit of, you know, we're just going to make this algorithm bit up 1%. You can literally cause stress. I just think it's a fantastic system. And I think, like, cause I've been in it, because I've actually tried to do it and come away with 700,000, you know, I feel like I have a good kind of perspective of like what it feels like to be obsessed with it, what it feels like to be a creative person, but to actually say to yourself, well, fuck being creative, I don't want to be a creative, I want to be big on YouTube. I don't want to make a creative video today, I want to make the video that everyone else is making because it's getting views. The same thing happens on Twitch. Like, say I want to play Viva Pinata, Lost in Paradise today. Well, it's not as big as PUBG or whatever, however people say it, the PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. So I'm going to play that instead. I'm going to play that all day, every day, because people want to see it, even if I don't want to play it. I mean, I'm just using it as an example. I do want to play that fucking game so bad, but that's kind of what happens on YouTube. Why, you know, maybe you are a creative person, but who gives a fuck? You're supposed to make if you make a vlog every day, you'll get more views. So why be creative? Why would you shoot yourself in the foot by making a creative video every month when you could literally triple, quadruple your subscribers and your money and your ad revenue by fucking doing a vlog every day? Because everybody knows that the secret of daily vlogging is they're shit. That's the great thing. They're shit. And it's shit content and it's shit footage, but, you know, editing now means that you can put some nice music on it, edit it really well, you know, do some nice cuts, put some nice text up, and it's a watchable video. And honestly, I'm not saying they're shit. Like, I sit and watch daily vlogs, but you kind of do realise if it wasn't for the editing and the music and the, you know, whatever, you've just watched shit. You've just watched raw footage. A lot of it's fucking camera porn as well. Like, oh god, what camera do you use? Who gives a shit? It was just footage of a street. But who cares? It's every day, bro. So you can be big on YouTube and be creative, but you better be fucking creative every single day, bro. But it's all down to the companies, really. It's down to what YouTube wants and what YouTube pushes. Because I always think maybe people don't like Jake Paul, for example, but every time he does something, he goes on that topic, he goes on the trending list. You can kind of see the agenda of YouTube constantly through their lists. It's like Jake Paul does something, he will be on that list. Whereas if PewDiePie does something wrong, he will be on that list. Like, you can tell that they are like, what YouTube are trying to say, they're sending a message out saying, yes, it is every day. Make videos every day. And don't say the N-word. That's the big message. Because YouTube's like a blank company, isn't it? It doesn't really have anyone. It's no spokesperson for it, is there? But what they do is they can push certain things and kind of give the impression. There'll be more kids out there thinking I want to be Jake Paul than PewDiePie right now. But it's fucking funny, YouTube. It's one of the funniest things in the world. You've just got to have a certain emotional distance from it, else you will be destroyed by it. Because it's funny, because of how disastrously complicated it is. I think the most fascinating thing of YouTube is, like, this is why I would never, I don't want to die, right? Because I, obviously the average person doesn't want to die, but what I mean when I don't want to die is I want to be here to see what YouTube turns into. Like, it's not going to be good, I promise you. It's going to be bad. It's going to be fucked up. It's going to be some battle royale shit. It's like with this PlayerUnknown game being so big, it's like, you sit there watching it, and it's like, where is this going? Yeah, I get that this is a fun, cool indie game. Cool, man. It works really well. It's got great graphics. So cool. No, I mean, where is this going? I don't know. Maybe some DLC. No. I mean, in the long term, everyone's playing this game where we kill each other, and everyone loves watching it. Where's this going? I don't know. There's a new patch in December. No. Big picture. Big picture. Like, what are we gonna be playing when I'm 80? Well, we like to put all the old people on an island because they're not useful for society anymore, but as for entertainment. And the big people in this battle royale, this genuine human battle royale, are going to be the people that used to play Battlegrounds as kids. Well, I used to play Battlegrounds, so I know exactly what I'm doing. I was the #1 player. I've been training all my life. Yep. I was there during the fall of PewDiePie. When he said the N-word, I was there. I was there for the assassination of Poods. I was there. Killed by Alfie and Zoella. One punch to the face. During the breakdown of Zoella, Zalfie, I was there. I was there when Crabstickz released his nudes. Showed everyone his little fleshy worm. I was there. I've been there for the entire journey. I was there when H3H3 was inaugurated as president. I was there. I was there, baby. Guardian down. I was there when Rice Gum changed into a cat. When he had the transformation into a cat, and we all had to accept that some people want to be cats now. I was there. Kitty, Rice Kitty. He's a brave kitty. He's a brave person for what he did. I was there. I was there when Leafy kicked that dog on live TV. I was there. I was there at the marriage of Dan and Phil. I was there. I wasn't invited, but I was there. No, actually, no, it's the future. It's more in the future. I was there when Dan and Phil decided to become one entity. Derp and Ferp. I was there. I was there during the transformation. When they used brain fluid from the planet Nasus to transform themselves into one person. I was there. And Derp and Ferb. Scary times. They were the worst of times, they were the best of times. Where are we, guys? What is going on? Are we in a mission, Natasha? Are we heading to one? Oh, yes we are. At least I think that's what happens when the whole thing goes blue.
Attention! A fallen mining expedition is on its way. May I suggest discouraging them?
Yar. discourage away.
Down, ba-dum, ba-down, down, down, ba-dum, ba-down, ba-doo. Oh, a player has left your team. Oh, who? Excuse me. Alex Day was the worst. I wonder what Alex is doing now. Scary thing about YouTube is when you're gone, you're gone. People just don't fucking... It's like, it's almost as if when someone's gone from YouTube, in the YouTube community, it's like that person's been kind of deleted. Like if you live your life where you're more on the internet than you are in real life, if somebody loses their YouTube kind of status, or their social blade status or whatever, and they disappear, it kind of does start to feel like, oh, that person doesn't exist anymore. That person has joined the ranks of, you know, just human. It's very odd. Oh, this guy needs to die, motherfucker! So that's why I like the shotgun for these ones when they're close.
They're heading for another site.
So who left then? Miss the Emma. Oh, where's Natasha gone then? I mean, I'm sure he's not lost everything. I'm sure he's now probably just doing something else, but in terms of the internet, he's lost everything. And if you're an internet person, that just means that person doesn't exist anymore. Scott Warner has joined your fire team. Thank you, Scott. We welcome your backup. We need your help. Now. Is that thing the thing that blows up? Yeah, it does blow up. You asshole. What am I doing? Tom Milsom and Ed Plant. Yeah, I mean it's weird that you say their names because I can't even. It's like you've just reminded me of people that exist. It's been so many years now. Shane's been making videos for like 10 years and he hit 10 million on his birthday a few weeks ago. I like Shane. I think Shane is somebody that again is someone who does videos for their own people and doesn't try and, you know, grow too much. And I think he's had like what I would describe as a better kind of fame trajectory where it's like, you know, not too fast. And he, obviously if he's been doing it 10 years, he's actually, you know, trying. It'd be interesting to see if Jake Paul's even around 10 years. It's almost like someone like Jake Paul is someone who you imagine is someone who is doing this for a reason, and then once he's got what he wants, he'll disappear, if you know what I mean. Like, doing a video every day is hard work, so if the Disney Channel or some other big company say, oh, we want to hire you to do this, he'll be like, well, fuck YouTube, see ya. I just get that impression. But maybe he loves his fans. I know what one of his t-shirts says, I love my fans, so he must do. Return to orbit. Jake Paul just wants to be a social media mogul. Well, if that's what he wants, go for it. You haven't got long before you die. Who's this other player then? Ooh, he's a level 273. We'll take it. We'll take it. I want to see what's in with this gold engram that I got. Come back to the tower. YouTube to kind of push him into acting in movies, I think. Yeah, well, that's the thing. YouTube is very hard work for not a lot of money, so if he was to get some big acting roles, then he's not going to be doing YouTube. It's like the literal, you know, just using it as a springboard. If it springboards him into Hollywood, he'll never YouTube again.